Welcome. Come in if you're recovering from Thanksgiving. Welcome to Doug in Exile. This is where the happy patriots are. I got to get this other feed in here closer. Otherwise, I'm going to be too quiet for Facebook, and then I'm here on YouTube. Why are we doing so much cross-platforming? Because a whole lot of stuff happened to the free speech industry over since the election. And I do call free speech, it is both an industry and of course a political movement or a constitutional right. It's a number of things. All right, let's get the thumbs up going to all my people. Thanks for showing up. Yeah, there's loud and clear. Thank you, Doc Insomnia. I appreciate that. I like hearing that you guys can hear me okay. I'm going to get a little loud on this microphone. So the biggest news is that Zuckerberg has visited Mar-a-Lago, and that affects Facebook. I'm going to go into all of the platforms that we're on. I'm going to try and explain the background of what's happening to both YouTube and X and Facebook behind the scenes. There's a lot of, and Google is losing lawsuits right now because of their favoring certain companies and stuff like that. They just got slammed in Canada. They have to sell off 2 of their tools, according to Canada. Now, I don't know if they're going to comply. There's no reason why these giant companies need to comply. They're so big, nothing is a threat to them. So, but no fear. We don't operate in fear. Remember, YouTube can remove this channel. Facebook can wipe out this channel anytime they want as a free business. It's not fair. It's not nice. It is not pro free speech, nor is it what adults do, but it's what they do. Just so you guys know, I'm going to that's kind of my opinion on everything. So we have to be big boys at the big boy table. I have super chats open on YouTube, and there's stars and donations open on Facebook. That's important because after the election, most of us have seen the views cut in half because people either had just election overdose and just exhaustion and they're done. But it ends up cutting all of the salaries in half, and of course my editor and stuff like that. And so it gets really hard to run things around here. So we encourage you guys. There's a number of ways that you can help us out. Not all of them are just giving money. The best way is just to watch every video and watch them to the end. And that's the thing that YouTube and Facebook love the most. So we're live here. Don't forget to hit follow. Don't forget to, the reason why you have to cross platform, the reason why if you're on Facebook and you're watching on YouTube, go over to the Facebook Doug in Exile channel and follow us. If you're on Facebook and you have a YouTube account, go over to YouTube and follow the Doug TenNapel channel. Go subscribe. And then finally, most importantly, is if you're on Twitter or X, as we call it, it's at Doug in Exile, where we need you to follow. At Doug in Exile. And there's a link in the YouTube description, but I couldn't figure out how to get the link over on Facebook. Why is that important? Because like I said, YouTube and Facebook could remove these channels instantly, and you'd all go, we can't find your work. We can't find your videos. And then X or Locals is another one. You know, I'm also on Rumble. You know, I have all these different accounts, but I don't like Rumble. You guys know that. As a platform, it's terrible. X is the future, and that's what the title of this show is about. X is the future. 100%. After everything else goes away and all of us are canceled or removed from other channels, The only way you'll find us is going to be on X. Likely will be the last one standing. Maggie Jones, those fact checkers got my account deleted. Yep, all you guys know how this works. So I'm just giving you a workaround. This is just for survival. What will happen one day, especially the Doug TenNapel channel on YouTube, it will just vanish. And you'll just go, well, where do I get my videos now? Well, we would try to keep uploading to X or Twitter. And we try to do it on Facebook too. Now, where the income comes from when you actually want to watch every day, watch on YouTube, because that's the best ad rate that we get. So watch those 3 videos there. But you guys know how it works. Like if YouTube drops down, I can't even afford to do the 3 Doug TenNapel videos and the 3 John Mike Keene videos that we do every day. That's 6 videos a day. And it's exhausting. Like I can barely pull it off each day. So I'm just saying that's the background of the whole thing. Now, why do I believe Elon Musk and X will be the last one standing? It's because X is the only one that has a full commitment to free speech. He's vocal about it. He backs it up with everything he does. And we know already what everyone else is. There's Rob Totman. Are you on Rumble? Yes, but I really don't like the platform. If I was going to get you guys to follow me anywhere, I'd rather you not go to Rumble. We do have an account there. It is monetized, but it's very low paying. So if you watch it, we just get pennies. So it's the same amount of work. So we post on it. Disco, get on Gab. No, I'm on Gab, by the way. I've got like 40,000 followers, and Gab is not a good platform either. Same reason. It's like you can't have, if I was going to try a right-wing echo chamber, I would probably go to Truth Social. And I'm not on that one. So the echo chamber problem is you can never reach out to other people who don't agree with you. And that's my big case is I'm on Gab, Disco. He's saying get on Gab. I'm on Gab, and you don't know that I'm on Gab because you're on Gab, and that's the problem. Same thing with Rumble. People keep asking me, are you on Rumble? Yes. I am on Rumble. Yes, I am on Rumble, but you don't know I'm on Rumble because you're on Rumble, and Rumble does not share the channel or post views, nor does Gab. By the way, I was on Spotify for a while. Now, Spotify was doing videos, and so I was pushing out videos on Spotify. Spotify also is a terrible sharing algorithm. It is worthless to upload to Spotify. They do not help. The ones that help, you'll see on this. I'll give you 2 examples. Now, I'm doing YouTube Live right now, and this show, if I get some super chats, it should make about $100 in super chats or advertising. And then Facebook, and it'll get, say 5,000, 10,000 views. And then on Facebook, if I do these live with this vertical format right here, and all my Facebook people are watching, over time, it will get like 32,000 views. That's like the biggest live streams I've ever had. So if I want to get information out to you guys, I won't even post a regular video on Facebook. I do these vertical ones to get the views. My normal views on Facebook, my normal videos, they get about 3,000 views. Same on Rumble, about 3,000 views. Same on X, about 3,000 views. If I do the phone vertical and go live on Facebook, I get 32,000 views. Now, what does that tell you? These companies, they want you to go live and they want you to use your phone because they can sell that data better. All of them sell your data. Every time you go on the internet, they are buying and selling your data from your phone or your TV or however you're watching this. They can sell the idea, and they sell it to other companies and they use it to sell their advertising. That's just how the entire online economy works, just so you guys know. I'm giving you guys all the truth here. This is Truth School. Okay. So So what you're seeing now is Mark Zuckerberg going over to Mar-a-Lago. Mark Zuckerberg is trying to make inroads with the Trump administration and to make deals and be more compliant with right-leaning conservatism. It's not that he's a right-leaning conservative, but he sees the future of his company being like Elon Musk. Zuckerberg was embarrassed for paying $400 million in 2020 to hire certain things about the election. And then he's also embarrassed with the government coercing him, the Biden administration coercing him with being overly compliant with the FBI. He felt threatened. He said he regrets doing it. He said it goes against his values, and he's way clearer on it now. And I believe him. The biggest news right now is that, the dot-com millionaires and social media guys over in Silicon Valley are some of the biggest donors to Kamala Harris. Well, the news is how many of them left the Democrat Party and are going over to the Republican side. That's the big news. And that's awesome. We'll take Mark Zuckerberg. If you can get Facebook and Mark Zuckerberg needs to be in prison, says Reggie. Thumbs up, guys. Thumbs up if you think Mark Zuckerberg. I'll give you guys a choice in the chat. And I'm not trying to start an argument. I'm trying to start a conversation. Let us know in the chat. Would you rather see Mark Zuckerberg in prison, or would you rather see him use Facebook, the largest social media platform in the world, to help Trump, go MAGA, and start promoting free speech? Or would you rather see him go to prison? This is your choice. This is where I find out more about my audience. I want to learn from you guys. Okay. So I'm only saying when I see him go to Mar-a-Lago, that's a big concession on his part. He has pride. He has his ways. And we need him, because if you get the number one and number two platforms on the internet right now, and that is Facebook and YouTube. X is the number one news platform. Oh, look, I got a bunch of balloons. Someone must have thrown a bunch of balloons at me. I don't know what that means. Stars. I think it means if you send stars over on Facebook, I get balloons. Yeah, these people, they're saying prison. Here's prison. There's a prison. Zuck needs to remove the dumb fact checkers first. Now, that's true also. All of them do. They're all relying on their own fact checkers. But if you get Facebook and X, right, that's number one and number two would be free speech in the world. Facebook's user base, by the way, guys, I can't remember how many billions of people it is. It's outrageous. It's so huge, like you can't even count them. So if you can get them on board, and then X is the number one place in the world for news. That is, news breaks there and news is there. And that place will never, I can't say that Facebook won't cancel our channel. And I can't say that YouTube won't cancel our channel. I can say that X will never cancel Doug in Exile. That means for the rest of your life, Doug in Exile will be on X. So if you have not started an X account, I'm not trying to get you to start one. If you already have one, though, I really need you guys. I'm doing a hard push to get you guys to follow us on X. Look up at the @ symbol. Doug in Exile is the name of the channel. Doug in Exile is the name of the channel. And so that's all I'm trying to say, is getting it all pushing around, is what I'm looking for. And there's always Democrats trying to shut these channels down. They report us regularly. These are Democrat people. A lot of them are on the spectrum, so they just do it like 5 times a day until it gets taken down. So we're reported. Remember, Democrats can't win an argument. If they have free speech go out, they don't believe in more free speech so people can make their own decision. They don't believe in your autonomy. Democrats do not believe in your autonomy. in your ability to control your own mind, make your own adjudication. They believe that everything that Republicans put out are lies and everything Democrats put out are the truth, and that we have to just label all right-wing stuff as misinformation and disinformation and hate speech. And then they go and they attack your account and try and get YouTube and Facebook to comply. That's their whole method, is to take your microphone away. They can't win an argument. They don't want to engage down here in the chat and argue with everybody. No, they just want to destroy the channel and remove the voice. That's their goal, is to have only one political party represented by government, one political party, the same political party represented by all of social media and business. So that's why I can't work in video games. I just did a post on my story on how I created Earthworm Jim in video games, and I'm a conservative Christian for 20 years. And because I oppose same-sex marriage, basically my career was over. Like, no video game company is going to hire me. No animation company is going to pick up one of my stories anymore. And I used to have stuff on Nickelodeon all the time, and Warner Brothers would do my cartoons. And that's their goal. That's the left's goal, is to keep you from being able to make a living. So if you want, and by the way, if you want your comment zoomed up, then super chats are the way to go. Now, it's Black Friday. So Black Friday sales are on at my Fourth Wall store for merchandise. A lot of you guys are liking my Diesel the Cat, where he's holding a 9mm gun, and it says, mess with the first, you get the second, meaning mess with the First Amendment, you get the Second Amendment. And that t-shirt is flying off the shelves on our Fourth Wall store. They're down in the YouTube videos, and they're connected to some of the Facebook videos. But it would be great for you guys to pick some of those up. They make great gifts, so you don't have to just make a donation. Although we love super chats. You don't have to just make a donation. You can buy a shirt. We have In Exile coffee mugs. And then also my hardbound Earthworm Jim books. This is the big present that your kids will want. Here, I'll go show you what you get. Hold on. If you, in case you guys have never seen how I designed this mailing package, this is a mailing package of my own design. It's engineered. It has fold out. I did the black and white art. This is how your books come. You lift up that flap, and look at this beautiful box, printed. And then you get, if you buy, this is the 2-book bundle, but these are giant, beautiful, these are hardbound books. Look at this hardbound book. It's got silver gilded edges. Anyways, I wrote this. This is my story on how I created Earthworm Jim. That's one book. And then this is Earthworm Jim, the first book. And you can get book 2 also, but these are made for the whole family to enjoy. But look, I'm so proud of this is my Elon Musk over-the-top production. Gold gilded edges, printed in America, made in America. It costs a lot more to make things in America, but I print them in America at Jostens, where you all get your yearbooks from at every public school, by the way. It has, transparencies on the cover, pearlescent, foil, 2 colors of foil. And then even the inside illustration has foil that's inside. And then this has, so I write and draw all of the stories. They're big sci-fi comedy adventures that the kids will like. See how colorful? All Earthworm Jim. There's like fold out pages with, this is called die cut. When you cut a hole in it, there's fold out pages. Some of them are signed. Secret messages. Like if you look at this intro message, I didn't tell anyone this, but I'll tell you. There's a hidden glow-in-the-dark message on this, so if you turn a light on and bring it into the dark, it has a big drawing of Earthworm Jim telling you, thank you. So lots of hidden stuff, and they also come with, these are goodie bags. They have goodie bags come with them. There's an Earthworm Jim patch. We have foil trading cards, extra comic books. This is a giant oversized poster of Earthworm Jim that you can hang in your bedroom. There. That's you look up Doug TeNapel Comic Library at the Shopify store. Doug TeNapel Comic Library. And for Black Friday sale, everything's 10% off. So if you're a fan and you're looking for family books for your kids, or you want to read, I think you should read them yourself because they're that good. And very high quality so that you can put those on a coffee table. And it's just, I'm very, as you can see, I'm very passionate about what I do. My dad, I'm going to give you guys a story about my dad, may he rest in peace, my papa, who passed away. Some of you guys who are longtime fans of this show, you saw me put my papa on the show every once in a while, Ed, and my son's named Ed after my dad. But he was a carpenter, and he would give me these summer crap jobs, that I would take out at Foster Farms Chicken, in the San Joaquin Valley of California. And I would sweep like a 1 mile parking lot in 110-degree heat there in Delhi. And it was a really bad, the hardest job I ever had in my life. I almost consider it boot camp. But Dad taught me my work ethic at Foster Farms. I did not learn it in the art department. I learned it from a construction yard, swinging a hammer, cutting, running buckets of nails around, going into underground fat tanks and clearing out cow fat that's inside of septic tanks at 120 degrees. And it was just awful, awful work. But I learned how to work. And I also learned he's Dutch, Dad's Dutch, and military. So like everything had to be spotless. So I learned that I just applied that to the arts. Now, artists don't learn that in the art department. So I just learned how to you go over the top with quality. You always give more than you get. Your job security is the amount of quality you do. And I just applied it to comics. I did the most over the top. Everyone else in comics, they raise their crowdfunding and they take as much money out of it as they can and deliver as little of a comic as they can to their audience. And that's not what I did. I did my dad's version of it, which is you give them the most as you can possibly afford to give them, and you take as little for yourself as possible to barely live on. And that means, and we raised like $800,000 on that book in crowdfunding, and it made me able to do a print run of one of the highest quality books ever done. It's still a low print run. I think it was 5,000 copies or something. So it's actually it's an actual collector's item, unlike every other comic book that you guys own. This is an actual collector's item. There's a Doug. Will you be getting more of the 5-book bundle in stock? I believe we have the 5-book bundle in stock, but we have to talk to our manager over there at the warehouse in Clarksville and straighten all that out. Because but it's still good to just buy. Get as many books as you can. It really helps us out, and it makes everyone happy because we're moving books. That's my storytelling and my fairy tales for the family, and a lot of people dig my work. So that's the comics. Getting back to Elon Musk, who is committed to free speech. If you don't have free speech, you do not have a country, period. That's why Kamala Harris was after free speech. John Kerry's after free speech. Hillary Clinton is after free speech because they know if they lose free speech, they lose control. As she said, they lose control. Now, I only want to tell you why free speech is still in trouble. Trump is going to save free speech at the government level. That is, the government says we cannot inhibit free speech, period. That's secured now under Trump. So you don't have people hunting you from the government, but you still have people hunting your free speech from private business, because private business is almost like another person having free speech. Private business is allowed to say, we don't do business with you. They're allowed to stop doing business for your political ideology. They're not allowed to stop doing business with you if you're trans or black or whatever, fine. That's Title IX stuff. They're allowed to absolutely discriminate based on you being a Republican. 100%. So YouTube is being totally legal if they remove this channel in the terms of service when you sign on and say, I want a Facebook channel, I want a YouTube channel. Those terms of service says we are allowed to remove your channel for any reason. Or for these reasons that are in their, it's called, not terms of service, but it's ridiculous. Anyways, it's what they call hate speech. And what they call hate speech might be denying global climate change. It might be disagreeing with certain things with the pandemic. It might be what they call disinformation. They're allowed to say, you put out disinformation, you put out dangerous misinformation, your channel must go away. Every business can do that. So on Joe Rogan this week, they talked about getting debanked. That is debanking. If you're in crypto, and I'm in crypto, but if you're a crypto creator, the banks can debank you. That is, you cannot use a credit card, you can't use your bank, and then you have to do everything in cash or some other form of money. So I believe with Trump succeeding so well in the election and saving all of our free speech at the government level, that all of the businesses are going to wake up, the leftist businesses are going to wake up and start applying bigger and bigger draconian hits on free speech. That's what I believe is going to happen. That's why I'm having this talk with you guys. And the only safe place who's committed to free speech is Elon Musk, who has power, I should say. Rumble is somewhat committed to it, although they still deplatform people all the time for using bad words or whatever. That's not free speech. Free speech is allowing things that you disagree with to go up on your platform. And Elon Musk, does not destroy any accounts. And speaking of destroyed accounts, Rob Reiner just announced that he quit X. All the liberals are leaving X because they say it's a hate site, meaning if everyone's allowed to have a conversation, remember, like I said, liberals do not believe in free speech. They don't support open debate. They know their ideas will not stick, and they despise any opinion that doesn't agree with them. They destroy it, and if they can't destroy it, they quit. They take their ball and they go home. So Rob Reiner just left X, and he had 2 million followers. By the way, we're only at about 30,000 followers, if that, over there. I just think free speech, you guys know that I'm a huge advocate of it, and I'm terrified that it's going to go. I don't like what I see in the last 20 years of what people do to people who disagree with them. I don't believe in ever persecuting someone who disagrees with me. You'll also notice I don't do what other YouTube channels do, which is encourage the chat to dogpile on people who disagree with us. You know, those of us on the right. If you're a liberal or a leftist and you're in my chat, the people who keep reporting my channel, I don't sick my audience and wield them like a weapon and sick them on other people who disagree with them. I don't want that. I don't mind debate. I like debate. I like challenging. I don't like name calling, and I don't like degrading or or trying to destroy or peer pressure the person out of the community. That is a liberal tactic. That's a leftist tactic. That's what SJWs do, and it's terrible debate. So instead, when you find someone you disagree with, you ask yourself, what are they actually saying? What is the thing that I disagree with? Like if they say Trump is a racist and they put it in the chat, they go, Trump's a racist. And then you go, number one, what do you mean by that? Or give an example. Give an example is the strongest thing you can say, because now you're saying provide evidence for the name you just called. And then you can go through and give your own counter examples, which is what the content of this channel is about, is I give you guys arguments and evidence that you can use to defend your position and go after the other person who is disagreeing with you. I'm giving you guys ammo, and at least in your own mind, you can know that you got some good arguments. And you'll also hear me go against Trump and go against the right when I disagree with him too, because I believe that you have to have disagreement on your own side, which is why I kind of dig RFK Jr. so much. I've really come around from hating him and thinking he was a lunatic to thinking he is a real key to Trump, because he sued Trump for his golf course going on public lands. He sued Trump, he fought Trump, he ran against Trump, and then he joined Trump when he realized Trump was the only one that's going to help him make America healthy again. He is the first independent or libertarian to ever get, or Democrat, to get a major position in an opposing candidate. If he was a libertarian, part of the official Libertarian Party, him being in that Health and Human Services would be the highest rank that a libertarian ever got, but even the libertarians kicked him out and went with that other Jasper guy who's an idiot, because the Libertarian Party never wants to win anything because they're a third party. So RFK right now would hold the highest position that a libertarian has ever held in government, but they rejected him. So I kind of like that RFK Jr. and Trump disagree on a lot of things. I think J.D. Vance has said that he disagrees with Trump on a number of things. Elon Musk disagrees with Trump on a number of things. Vivek Ramaswamy, Tulsi Gabbard, these people disagree with him on a lot of things, and it shows strength in Trump that he has people around him who are willing to oppose him. You know who else did that? Can any of you guys name the president who also did that? Give it to me in the chat below. Make your guess. What other president was famous for putting together a cabinet of people who disagreed with him? Name the president. I'm going to see who gets it first, and I'll shout out your name. Give me the president in the chat. Take your guess. That also, there's a star screen says, I don't care for Vivek or Pam Bondi. Yeah, again, there's Reagan, Ronald Reagan. Ronald Reagan did it a little bit, but that's not who I'm thinking of. There's Clinton. Yeah, I mean, there it is, Lincoln. Drew Friedman got it first. Drew Friedman. Abe Lincoln, because he was in a divided country, he wanted to make sure that he packed his administration with people from the opposing point of view. Yeah, it's Lincoln. There he is. There's Jason Finch, too. Famously. Yeah, now Taft may have done it also, and Reagan also. I get it. But Reagan was famous for being buddies with, who was the other guy that he was up against? Who was his big opponent? Was it Caspar Weinberger? Who they would famously have drinks together, though he was in the opposing party. That's what we support. That's what we're about. Okay, I'm going to wrap this up. I got to post. This is the Friday morning, technically the Friday morning fiasco. Quentin Q, Truthville, USA, could not make it. Michael Gavlak, who used to be Sweet Home Maricopa, could not make it. But please, thank you all for watching. When I do Thanksgiving, I'm thankful for my audience, my online social media audience. Hey, there's a super chat. $5 super chat from Mike McLeod. Thank you, Mikey. I like your cigar there and your avatar. My cigar smoking buddies. I did have a buddy over yesterday. I end up becoming the home where all the divorced men go who don't want to be, their family, their wives are married to other people now. So I have them over for Thanksgiving, and I had a wonderful Thanksgiving with my family. I love my family, but I really love my work. My dad taught me a love for the job, and I love getting to create videos for you guys. I hope it continues. I don't know how long it'll last. I tried getting YouTube to reinstate my old channel. They sent me back a message saying, we won't reinstate your banned channel from 2021. And then they send me another email that says, Please join our partner program. We really appreciate your channel and your longtime service to YouTube. So it's all AIs answering email. They don't know what they're doing. And we're surviving on here for as long as we can. Thank you guys for watching. Follow us at Doug in Exile on Twitter, which is the channel that will never go away. But thank you for joining us on Facebook and on YouTube and on Rumble and on Locals, who are the bottom line supporters of this thing. Doug TenNapel in Exile on Locals. They pay $5 a month, and they keep the lights on too. So, and don't forget to go to the store. But I don't want this to be about money. It really is, you know, if you're watching these videos, then you're spending time. And as all of you know, time, especially those of us who are older, time is more valuable than money. And those of you who watch this show, I'm going to put out the best work I can because I respect your time. I'm Doug in Exile.